And Lisa Cortes has been on the show. She's been on True Talk of John Canzio's
Yes,
show.
I have.
Been on the radio. You're
Yes.
all over.
Yes.
The woman is incredible. She gets out there and tells people not what they want to hear, maybe,
But the truth.
But the truth.
But the
right?
truth,
Yeah.
absolutely. I always tell them the truth.
And tell me, Lisa Cortes, and she's with LaAfena, right?
LaAfena Spiritual Awakenings,
Right.
LLC.
Good. And we have the website up there if you want to go to your website. How do you see? I should have brought the clip from last year when you were on for 2012, and we could have checked
yes, we could have verified it.
But I think you were pretty close.
Yes,
Yeah.
everybody was scared about the 2012 doomsday, and as I told you last year in 2011, I said those that are scared have nothing to be frightened about. If you owe any credit card bills, you're going to wake up and still owe credit card bills. So nothing was going to happen.
Right.
Absolutely. So I said, don't worry about it. I did predict there were going to be certain earth changes, which I feel are going to still come into this year. And what I mean is like weather changes. It's a shift. The earth is actually shifting, so things with the weather that may have hit like down south is coming more up north. As you can see,
Thank
we've been
you
getting
so much.
Yeah, we've been getting more hurricanes.
Like I said, she just tells the truth.
we're getting more hurricanes coming up here. So I see a little bit more earth changes and everything just out of whack. I also see, a separation. Last year was a year of truth. This year is going to be a year where you don't sit on the fence. Either you do what you're going to do or you don't do it.
Okay.
Also, a lot of people that have deceived people, I'm talking about in politics or anything, they're going to get caught.
Oh,
It
good.
started last year.
Good,
It's
good.
going to continue on. Whatever is hidden is going to start coming to light.
Okay.
I also see a lot more, and I hate to say this, the shootings that we're seeing, more like workplace and everything, more the random shootings, because people, it's just the stress and everything that I see them under. So I see more of that, going on. So that's it. But the good thing is I see people becoming more spiritually aware.
Okay, that's important
Yes,
too.
they're becoming much more spiritually aware. The veil of the spirit world is thinning. So a lot of things that people didn't see before or believe before, this year it'll be the beginning where they'll start.
Now, we had Peter on earlier, and just the last segment about your health and getting stronger. How do you see people, what kind of, I don't want to use the word resolutions, what kind of changes should people make in their lives to become stronger, healthier, better aware? How do you see that?
I feel that when you have a goal, it's good to see the goal. I don't feel you should get a goal that is too overwhelming. It's hard to accomplish. Just get 1 or 2 goals that you want to do for this year. I also feel that you have to become spiritually balanced too, because you can take care of the physical body, but what about your spiritual body? Like I always say, we're spiritual beings with a soul in a house, a human body. So if you don't take care of your spiritual body, you'll be out of balance. You'll still be out of balance. This will be strong, but you'll be out of balance.
So there's two parts to it.
There's 2 parts to it, yes.
Yeah.
And like I've told you before, Ann, if you're in balance, you could have all the bills in the world, nobody around you, but you feel good about yourself. And people will say, why is this person happy? They got bills. And then you'll see other people that have all the money in the world and they're unhappy. They're out of balance. So
well, there's research done. What makes a happy person?
Right.
And it's usually not money.
No. Money is, most people think that, money's not the root of all evil.
No.
But it's the worship of money.
We need it.
Yes, it's the worship of money. And I've also spoken to you about negative people, how they try to pull you into their world, and you can't let that happen.
So kind of one of the things we should do is make an assessment of the people that are in our lives that are causing this negative feeling.
Yes.
How do you get rid of, I shouldn't
the
use
negativity?
That word. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to do anything, remarkable, but how do we distance ourselves from those people that are, even, what about someone in your family that's driving you nuts?
No, it can happen. And this year you'll see a lot of that too. The people that are closest to you, they can bring negative energies. I always say with cleansings, like I said, your spiritual readings are very important. Spiritual readings are like having a GPS system to life. With the spiritual readings, at least I can diagnose what the problem is and how we could fix it. Not just like another person will say, well, this is going to happen. Well, tell me how to fix it.
Yeah.
So the spiritual readings are important. Usually with negative people, I tell people, distance yourself from them, because you have to love yourself. If you know that they're dumping all this on you, you can't allow that to happen, because they will drain every bit of energy you have, and you will be depleted.
So there really is nothing wrong with distancing yourself.
Absolutely not. You
someone,
should.
even in the family.
I don't care. You should.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's a family member, a child, a husband, a wife. If you feel that they're dumping, it's time to distance yourself. If it's a spouse or something, just for a little while, let them get it together, because you don't want to pick up that energy.
This is sort of like, I need a little space?
Yes, just a little space. Absolutely, a little space.
Well, I think that your mental health, or your spiritual, whatever term you want to use, is so important,
right,
to keep healthy that way.
Yes.
Because this negative vibes, I guess the old term is vibes, really can bring you down.
It certainly can. It can rub off on you. People don't realize it. We live in a spiritual world. We don't see the air, but we breathe it. So it exists. So you really have to protect yourself. I like to do cleansings. I cleanse my home with certain things.
You use like herbs and things?
Herbs and different things to just give it that uplift. And this is good for the new year. So you could bring in, new things for the year and just give it that refreshing feeling. It's very good.
So change is good sometimes.
Absolutely. And you'll have someone, you could be doing well, and there'll be someone that comes to your house, and it seems like every time you're around them, you and your spouse may argue, or something always happens. That means that person has something around them that's just not good.
That's giving you bad stuff.
It's just dumping on you, and you don't need that.
Yeah. So, and they always say that you can't affect someone else's change. It's how you
handle
behave.
it.
You can't change someone else.
Right. And the situation is how you handle each situation. Like I had brought it an analogy before of two men, both lost their jobs. And one man was very angry and bitter and said, you know what, I'm just going to cause problems. I'm just going to take what I want. Where the other man said, you know what, I may not want to do this work, but I'm going to work 2 jobs and make the best of it. They're both the same situation, but they handled it differently. So it's how you handle the situation. That's what I always tell people. Use your head, think. Try to be calm. There's so much stress nowadays.
Oh, I know.
Everybody's stressed. Workplace stress. I've had clients tell me the stress is just really bad,
People
especially
are
with the
working
economy.
harder, longer hours,
Yes.
harder, and just to maintain and keep their job.
Yes, and you have to take that time out for yourself. I don't care if it's meditation, prayer. I like prayer. I pray before I do anything. That's my voice to God. I pray. But you have to take that time to get your spiritual self balanced. Otherwise, you'll just lose your mind.
How do you feel about meditation? Like
Meditation,
transcendental meditation and that type of thing?
I personally, if that's what a person likes to do, that's fine. I personally don't do meditation that way. I do meditation through prayer.
Okay. It's the same type of thing.
Yes. When I
look
pray,
at the Catholics with the rosary,
right,
when they repeat those prayers over and over and over, that's
it
really
opens
a form
your
of
mind.
meditation.
Absolutely. Just like some of the Asians, they have the prayer chains, that they have the beads that they pray. So anything that could just calm the mind, you need.
It removes you from that.
Right.
Your mind you kind of start getting into a new space.
And where your mind goes, your feet will take you. So if you keep thinking, I'm nothing, I'm never going to be anything, that's where your feet are going to take you. If you start thinking, no, I know I'm great, I know I'm loved, I know, that's
those
the
are those
attitude
affirmations. You look in the mirror in the morning and you say, people like me, or I'm going to be good, or things are going to go great.
Absolutely.
It's that affirmation that keeps you keeping positive. So.
Yes. And there's people that really don't want you to grow.
No,
they may come and say, well, you forgot where you came from, Ann. No, I didn't forget where I come from, but I know where I'm going. That's right. I know where I'm going.
Right.
People like that are usually very bitter. They either want to pull you down to their level, or they could be envies, just different things. But that's why I say to separate yourself. But this year is going to be a good year spiritually. I think more people are going to become more spiritual aware. And unfortunately, like I said, the earth changes. We're going to be getting more of the hurricanes. Florida will be fine. They get their water, but they're not going to get it as bad as the north because they're more prepared for certain things. We're not as prepared.
So let's
for
have
hurricanes.
to get the snowfalls down there, because they won't know what to do with
Right,
those.
they won't. They won't know what to do with that, no. But it'll be a good year.
Yeah, so we've been talking with Lisa Cortes. She always has some really great advice and great ideas for the new year. And we'll have you on again this year.
Absolutely.
Good. Thanks, Lisa. Always
Thank
good
you,
to
my
have you on this
love.
show.
Always.
Schenectady today in and around the Capital Region.